into my eyes when I'm singing to you. In your soul, I need you to feel my touch on you. All this got a meaning to you. Take this love that I'm.
Good beautiful Sunday afternoon, Dynamite, and welcome back again to my channel. See, we needed to start this video on an energy god wavelength because man, this isolation is sucking the life, the hell, the everything out of our liver. So we gotta just, you know, spice things up every once in a while. But anyway, welcome back again to my channel. See, it is Sunday and some churches, some people know they hear. I don't really understand. Some churches came out today for ministration. So if you hear on the background, just know that it is a church nearby. Just pardon me. Anyway, guys, I did not go to church. No, every once in a while you gotta play dress up. As if are doing all your challenges on social media, I gotta dress up for my Dynamite. You know, I gotta look lit, innit? But yeah, before I continue, I would love to say that this video is proudly sponsored by Naija Lyfe. In the spirit of quarantine and self-isolation, I just use this app as a getaway. That app, it is the app of the moment. Naija Lyfe app offers you news, information, latest happenings. If you want to know what's up with Rororo, how people are managing at home, everything, gists, everything, rumors, it is all in there. You get everything in there. I'll talk more about this app as we continue this video, but anyway, I just want to talk and talk, just pour out my heart, pour out my soul, be totally honest and open with you guys, and I encourage you guys to do the same in the comments below, because I know my Dynamite, we're all one family. So if you feel like you can relate to or with what I am saying, just let's discuss down there. You guys already know the drill. Before any sweet rant or gist, we have to position the camera so I can deliver better. Someone actually commented on my video, the one I made on being Igbo, that I do talk about marriage a lot on my channel, and I would love to say that I try so much to balance it out. Trust me. There are other contents of mine that are not marriage related. In fact, they are not even Dyna Ekwueme related. They're just Nigerian vlogs and stuff like that. Just try and scroll through and you see most of that. But I'd love to also highlight that marriage is now part of me. I don't know, some people choose not to dive deep into their personal life on their channel, and I totally respect that. But I feel like before now, I've always put the theme of my channel to be Dyna Ekwueme, which is Nigeria, and me. It's just me plus a mix of Nigeria. And if I'm excluding my marital life totally, it is almost as if I don't know, I'm lying to you people. I'm just showing what I'm not living for. So I like to bring in bits of my marital life here, which some of you do appreciate, and I just hope that you don't feel left out as a subscriber. Just let me know in the comment section, as a Dynamite, do you want me to totally scrap out the bits of my marital life that I put on here? Just let me know, because some people feel like I should be doing more Nigerian content than personal content. But now that we are inside isolation, I don't know what if people want me to do. I'm just trying to balance everything. It's all about balance at the end of the day. But let me know down below. Let's just dive right into the subject, because this is not what we are here for. What we are here for is isolation, self-isolation inside marriage. I know a lot of Dynamites are married, a lot of you guys are also single, but this is a general topic. Whether you're married or you're single, chip in what you can, because I am not even experienced to be talking about this, because we're still in the honeymoon phase in my own marriage. So yeah, a whole lot of things have been going on. A lot more people are now present on social media, because it's almost like their getaway from the for them not to run mad in their homes. People have been sharing different things. I've seen parents sharing videos of their children scattering, destroying every damn thing to tell you that school is important in this life. Children going to school is quite important, not in the sense that you just want to throw them out of the house, but you need that sanity at home, both for stay-home mothers and for working mothers. If you're a working mother, how are you coping? I know it's not been easy for anyone. Stay-home mothers, working mothers, daddies, it's not been easy, especially dads that they've told them to stop work at this period of time. It is not easy for anybody. I've seen posts as well of husbands totally appreciating their wives, especially those that are stay-home mothers. It's easy for some moms to just stay at home and look after children. They don't do anything, they just gossip. Some of them are on their phones all day like nothing, but we have to go to work and struggle and make money and put food on the table, this, that. Some of them are seeing it now, some of them are seeing the real deal now. This isolation has done a whole lot. It has caused scatter everywhere. It has created strong bonds. It has taught a whole lot of people how to appreciate those who stay at home to look after the children and manage the home as well. It has also, in the same sense, shown the true nature of some marriages, whether it's been over 20 years or over 15 years or over even 30-40 years that you've been married. This isolation has tested a whole lot of marriages, either breaking or bonding them. There are so many marriages, those that they don't bring on social media, that are thriving, that the communication is absolutely superb, that are just in a good place. They don't need to be perfect, but they're in a good place even after so many years. And there are some marriages, be it the honeymoon phase or longevity phase, that are suffering in this isolation. Those are the marriages that early morning, the couples can't wait to leave the house. The wife can't wait for the husband to go to work. The woman can't wait to go to work. It's just, let's not sit and chat. There's this massive disconnect between the man and the woman. And this is what we will be discussing in this video. How is it that you can remain in a marriage which you feel so alone and lonely? Because it's one thing feeling just alone or feeling just lonely, but you feel alone and lonely that you can't wait for day to break and cuckoo go to work. There's no room for communication, and even when there is communication, it's as if like, why did we even start talking about this? Because it wouldn't help. It doesn't help. We're just going back and forth. It's just tiresome to even sit down and have a decent dialogue with your partner. How do you go from caring and loving someone so much that you don't even want to leave the person? You don't even want to hear that the person is spending much more time with another person. You go from that phase to the phase where you can't wait for the person to just cuckoo go. You can't wait for you don't even want to talk about certain things in your marriage. It's almost just about the children or about household stuff. But before I continue, I would love to say that this whole self-isolating period, Naija Lyfe app has been my savior. There I do communicate with the outside world. I meet people that are going through what I'm going through, and we do discuss. Some of you dynamites did join me on there, and we do talk about personal stuff, news, happenings, lockdown, every down thing. If you have an Android phone, you can just easily go to your Google Play Store and download the Naija Lyfe app. If you're using an iOS phone, you can just go on your App Store, download the Naija Lyfe app, and on there you can just be yourself. You can create groups whatsoever. As a matter of fact, I did surprise 10 people the last time. Please do not spoil the surprise in the comments if you got the surprise. And if you got it the last time, please don't come and start testing me for another one. Give people a chance to get the surprise as well. So if you haven't gotten the surprise, do download the app, Naija Lyfe app, and just text me on there at Dyna Ekwueme. Go to the search button where you can find people and text me. Apart from that, you can join any group whatsoever. It doesn't need to be about ro. You can join fun stuff, music, entertainment, whatsoever. This app is the app for this isolation. And let me know if you'll be downloading the app in the comments below. But anyway, back to the subject matter: self-isolating in my lonely marriage. The first thing you have to admit to yourself is that you are lonely and you are alone in your marriage. You being in self-denial, you saying, okay, it's normal for us as a couple to just be talking about kids or work and not talk about our interests and not talk about how we've evolved and not communicate better. That's where the problem would be, when you are not accepting that. This is not how the marriage used to be, and trust me, it is hard. Even me that is in the honeymoon phase and have lived with my husband for over a year now, I will tell you that I don't even know how people that have lived with their husbands, let's just be real, I beg. Don't come here and be saying, oh, you are, let's just be totally real. I don't even know how you guys that have lived with your husband for 20, 30, 40 years, how you guys have been able to do it. I'm not just talking about marriages that are just empty and void of meaningful conversations. I mean marriages that are still, you still have that sense of connection, you still have that sense of, okay, this is the man I once married. I love that we've evolved, we've grown, we have this, that we've been able to achieve this, and we can still sit down and talk and not feel like, okay, two of us are too busy, we take each other for granted, our interests are just here and there, so we don't care, we're just focusing on how to just keep moving forward and counting the years. No, I wouldn't say that I'm the best person to talk about self-isolation for those of you who have been in marriages over 2 years, 5 years, 20 years, 30 years, but I know one or two about relationships. I've had relationships with my siblings. Having relationship with your siblings are even crazier than having relationship with your spouse. For instance, my sister, who I've known over 24 years of my life now, we've fought. I don't mean fight with mouths. We fought like okay, so we've stopped talking to each other for months. We've argued, we've quarreled, we've stayed in the same room together for a whole week and not even talk to each other, lying on the same bed though, don't get me wrong, and not even touch or connect or talk about anything to each other. I feel like the same dynamic goes for most relationships. There'll be times that, oh, you can't, oh, I always want my sister around, I can't believe I've missed you so much, I can't believe that we're doing this thing together. There are times like that. There are times where you can't stand each other. There are times where you just want your peace of mind. Have it all. Just cuckoo day your day. I don't want to fight today. Once you identify the problem in your marriage, in this case that we're talking about, loneliness, you can just walk it up from there. You can then reflect. You can just look inwards and say, okay, what are the things that contributed to this? When did we have that disconnect? What did I used to, did I start taking things for granted? Sometimes we tend to lay blames. We tend to say, oh, it's that person's fault. It is always this person's fault. I'm never at fault. I'm this. Sometimes we can just get carried away in our own perfection, in our own thinking, and we just forget that another person chose to accept all those flaws of ours regardless and chose to remain with us. And if we keep fighting over who is right and who is wrong, there would never be a solution. I'm not telling you to tolerate or endure an abusive relationship. I'm not telling you to stay in a relationship where even emotional abuse. I'm not telling you to remain in such a relationship, but there are quarrels and fights that are beyond that. There are quarrels and fights that are resolvable, but couples just choose to just let it be, and by letting it be, you guys just disconnect, and with time everything just, there's just this parallel line of, I'm just tired, I can't be bothered. I wouldn't tell you that I've matured in this 1 year of living with my husband. I will tell you that yes, the human being I am today is not the same human being I met before. Trust me, before, every little thing that irritates me, I'll talk about. Oh, you dropped your clothes on the floor, I'm not happy. Oh, you did this, I'm not happy. Like, I pick on every little thing that annoys me and make it seem like a big issue. We talk about it, we quarrel about it, we fight about it, and then we talk about it, and when we talk about it, I'm still always stubborn. I'm just like, no, you're at fault, you have to change, you have to do this. I don't look inwards. I don't look at it like, okay, fine, there are some things that I do to irritate this human being, but they don't pick on it every single time. They try to tolerate me in that sense, you get me? But then that's marriage. Some people just envision marriage as, okay, it always has to be sweet, it always has to be luxurious, it always has to be us going on vacations, doing fun things. For your marriage to grow, for your marriage to mature, for your marriage to be strong, there will be problems that you've resolved, problems that you've communicated about. Communication, yes, that's one point I haven't really stressed on. Communication, yes, there can be build up of stuff that you just can't tolerate, like you can't tolerate it anymore. There's room to communicate, and communicate effectively, not just communicating like onya, communicating effectively. Like I said before, I'm not in a place for you to receive advice from me, or for you to take everything I say and apply it. But then I feel like there are some things that may apply to you as a person, that may apply to your marriage. And loneliness is one issue in marriage that especially women do face, not just in the honeymoon phase, but on the long run, where you know that it's gone past, oh, let's go and see this person, let's do this together, our child we just put to bed. It's gone past that stage. The children are now all grown up. It's just two of you independently evolving. You may not even be the same person that you were 25-30 years ago before you guys got married. And that's where the real work is in marriage. It's not this first 5 years. In my opinion, the first 5 years of someone's marriage is still the honeymoon phase. You're still calling darling, sweetie, my husband, my wife, this one. That is when things are still rosy. At that stage, you don't even know all of your woman's facial expression. But when it's beyond 5 years, when you give me a certain, that's the point where the work comes in. It's not this first few years, it is way beyond. And that's when most marriages are tested. That's when women become a lot lonely. And what can you do at this phase? It is still to walk it backwards. The human being that you married, yes, has evolved, but that's the same human being. You try to create space, you try to create that room for communication. It may start with, oh, let's watch something together, and you start discussing it. You may start with political discussions if that's what interests your husband or your wife. You may start with economical discussions. You may start with your children, what they love. When was the last time that our child did this? Oh, remember when our child went to this? You may just start with little laughs and giggles and whatever, and walk it up from there. Loneliness and isolation is a real thing in marriages. If you feel like your marriage will always be rosy until you enter your grave, just don't get married, because that's just fairy tale. That's just what you see in the movies. There is work in marriage. You don't just sit down and expect, because I'm a woman, everything should work in my favor. Because I'm a man, everything should work. Two people have to genuinely put in the work for you to create that effective communication, for you to feel that connection between you both, for you to still feel that spark even after 40-50 years. But anyway, this may not be the best advice, but let me know in the comment section, which stage are you in your marriage? Do you sometimes feel lonely? I won't lie to you, even in this honeymoon phase, I do feel lonely. It's not the first time I'm saying it on my channel. I've said this over and over, but at the end of the day, it is how you get over that loneliness. It is how you try to work together as a couple, do things together as a couple, even do things alone. Do things alone just to feel happy, because that's what matters in marriage. But anyway, let's continue this discussion in the comments below. I'd love to thank Naija Lyfe for sponsoring this video, for giving me the opportunity to be open, and I would love to continue this discussion on the app. So please guys, do download the app and let's get talking on there. Feel free to share personal stuff on there, because this isolation period, after I finish with my baby, is like, I'm so bored, let's just talk there. And yeah, if you want more videos like this one that I've made, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. For now, bye.